Hi and welcome to this knitting podcast. My name is Anna if you haven't been here before. I posted a video 2 weeks ago, so this might be a bit too close to that video, but I thought as I'm doing Vlogmas this year, December is gonna be full of filming and I just want to have a podcast for November, so I thought I might upload it a bit early and then, you know, we get on to the Vlogmas stuff in December. Yeah, so since the last video I've gained quite a lot of new subscribers, which is so much fun, and welcome if you're new here. So I thought that I might do a small introduction, because maybe you haven't seen me maybe you don't follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, there's a link in the description. But if you are new to this channel and to my knitwear design, you can I will give you a small introduction to who I am. My name is Anna Sjösvärd. I live in Örebro in Sweden, and I live in a flat with my husband, our dog Eden, and our daughter Hilma. We moved here 2 years ago because my family lives here, and Robin's family, which is my husband, his family is quite close here to here. So before we lived in Gothenburg. So we lived in Gothenburg for almost 10 years. So we studied there, both of us, and worked there for a long time, and then we just thought about having a family, starting a family, getting pregnant, and getting married actually at the same time, and then we decided to move here to Örebro, which, as I said, most of my family lives here, so it's very nice to have family close. I'm gonna put my cup on. But yeah, so that's the short story. Before I was doing this knitwear design job thing, I was a musician, and I actually studied music at the university for a few years, and I played the oboe since I was 7, so you know, it was a long time. It was my whole personality. Then I just quit that thing because it didn't feel right to me, so I quit that, I did a literature class at university, and then I started working. So I worked for a few years, and then I started studying for crafts, that like intangible crafts and leadership within crafts. So that is my profession, or my yeah, I did study for that. So that's my, you know, I have a, what do you say, bachelor's degree, like the lowest degree in the university, 3 years. So yeah, that's nice, and I really found my place. So yeah, I've been doing this knitwear design thing for 3 years. Yeah, it's coming up on 3 years, maybe 2.5 years. And I'm actually writing a book, my first book with knitwear design. It's coming out in Swedish in September 2025, but I'm hoping for an English translation, of course, and I will let you know if that's available. But yeah, so I'm doing that, and then I'm also doing online courses. I have an online course called Knit, which you learn how to knit. I also have a mini course if you just want to learn how to knit socks, and then I also have a online course in how to sew a skirt. So you get, you know, the basic knowledge. If you don't know how to sew, you can you can buy that course and learn how to sew, and also make moderations. So the pattern is based on your body, not like in sizes. So yeah, and I also have a Patreon, which I will talk about later in the video. But yes, so wool is my favorite material. You will know that if you hang around here for a few videos, or if you come hang out on my Instagram page, you will know that I really enjoy wool, and I love Christmas. I'm a really like the autumn and winter half of the year person. I really love spring and summer as well. I love all the seasons, but autumn and winter is my favorites. So I'm really in my favorite season right now. hence the small hints to Christmas. So I have a Christmas candle stick. Do you say candelabra? I don't know how to say that word. Sorry. And I also have my Christmas mug, which I bought this at Systrarna Grene last year. It's really cute. I'm looking for more Christmas mugs because I do want to have like a Christmas mug collection of things mugs that I put away for the year, and then at Christmas I get them out, and you know, it feels really Christmassy. But yeah, and I also have some books behind me, that is Christmas books that I want to talk about today. That's a bit about me, and if you have some questions, please leave them below. Maybe I'm thinking about making during Vlogmas, like doing a routine every day that I answer a question at the end of each day, because I've seen Alfie Days do that over at Zoisag and Alfie Days, and it's a really nice way to connect with you guys, I think. So if you have questions down below, I can pick those during Vlogmas and answer them during Vlogmas. And I also of course want to hear about you who started following me or who has been following me for a long time. I don't know. So please leave a comment down below, and maybe let's do this. Let's leave a comment down below with 5 emojis that is like your core you. So I would choose a coffee cup, a autumn leaf, a wool like a wool yarn ball, a book, and like the family emoji, or maybe heart, because that can, maybe the heart, because that can like represent all my family relations and friendships and everything, because that's really important to me. So yeah, let's do that, and I can see who you are. So yeah, but let's dive into the knitting part of this episode. So I have a few things to show you actually that I've finished. The first thing are these socks that I finished. So this is the All Hallows sock pattern that I released after the last episode, so around All Hallows Eve. It was actually on All Hallows Eve. And we had a knit-along for these socks during the weekend over the end of October and start of November. It was so cozy. I love getting pictures from all of you on Patreon. So it's an open cal, it's free to join, but it's hosted on my Patreon, so you don't have to become a paying member. But it's really convenient for me to like gather everything there, and I can have chat, and I can have all the different like blog posts about the information and everything. So it's really handy for me to have it there, and it's free to join for everyone. But yeah, so I made these in Rauma Gammelserien tvåtrådig, which is a 100% wool sock yarn, and it's so nice. I have when I released the pattern, I didn't have any pictures that was like really good one. I just had the ones that I took. But now this last weekend, Susanne, my photographer friend, was here, and we took loads of pictures for all sorts of things. And these were part of that. So I can post some pictures here on the screen where you can see so you can see how they look and how they fit on the foot and everything, because this is if you knitted my sock patterns before, I have a few, but if you knitted them before, you can maybe you have seen that there's there's a short row heel, because that's my favorite heel, but I actually really enjoy this heel flapping gusset. It was really nice, and it has slip stitches in the heel flap. Yeah, and I really like the fit of them. And if you have like a one colored foot on the sock, that's really nice. It's harder if you have like a colorwork sock, colorwork on the foot part as well. But yeah, I really love them. I really love the yarn. It's my favorite sock yarn. It's so woolly, a bit rustic, but it's really soft as well. But a bit rustic, and it has a beautiful aura. So that's something that I finished and that we took some photos of. Let's see, I have a list here to not forget anything. So the next thing is really exciting because it's finished with buttons and everything, and that is my Asynja cardigan. And this cardigan is out for testing right now, so it's I have scheduled it for release like late November at best, so maybe early December, but I'm hoping to have this done before, like the release thing done before Vlogmas and December and the craziness that will come with that. But yeah, so this is a lace cable rosetud cardigan, which is knit back and forth with a V-neck, and it has like this motif on the sleeves, on the back, and on the front. So it's an all-over structured knit, which is really fun to knit. And in the back it has this panel that I love. This was like my main idea. The cardigan grew from that, and I really love this pattern. So this is knit in 1 thread plötlopi and 1 thread einband, but I think it's gonna be, I think some of my testers are knitting it in nutiden plus 1 mohair, and that sounds gorgeous. It's a raglan yoke design as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for this, and we took some photos for this one as well, so I can post some pictures here. And yeah, so release in late November at best. But yes, so it's looking really nice. I think the colorways that I used are oatmeal in both, like oat heather or something, and it is the plötlopi is a bit brighter than the einband, but it's really nice. So excited about that, and that's finished as well. Last time I hadn't added the buttons, and I hadn't woven in the threads, so that's all done now. Then I have some finished knits for Hilma, which is so cute, and I made this because it's really getting chillier now, and she's in our shawl most of the time when we're going on walks, so I wanted to knit her a balaclava. And I think I talked about this the last episode, and I was planning on knitting another one, but then I saw this one and I couldn't resist. It's so cute, and yeah, it's finished, and she's wearing it every day, which is so cute. I will add a picture here, and I will block her face out with something. It's always so weird to see that, but you know, I don't want to post her little face. But yeah, so this is the baby bear balaclava, and I will add the details of the pattern down below and here on screen. But it has these cute ears and the ribbing around the face. You start with that, and it's knit in double strands of like a merino yarn, and then when you get to the outer part, you add, like, take away 1 strand of the merino and add a silk mohair instead, so it doesn't get, like, the baby doesn't get the mohair in the face, which is really nice. And then there's an alternative for making like a lower body part, like the neck, like, yeah, it continues down here with a raglan part, so it goes lower on the body, and I will do that for the next size, I think. But now she's just, you know, she's all bundled up in the shawl, and she has like a really high neck merino and then a cardigan or a sweater, and so this is a perfect one to just overlap. But then when she's older and she's out, you know, walking herself, and she's not in shawl anymore, I think it's best with the low part, so I'll do that next time. And I think I made this in a half like 6 months to 12 months size, and it's good. It's fitting her, but I don't think it. I think I will have to knit another one after Christmas, or like in January, February or something. But yeah, so it's really cute. Really cute. And then I also made some socks because, as I said, she's in the shawl and she has a leg out, and we have like, you know, now it's not that cold, but she has her woolen merino pants, and then she has a woolen merino sock, and then she has these over them. And this is a really thick sock yarn from, well, not a really thick, but it's a bit more rustic. It's a sock yarn from Ullcentrum, which I'm making the mystery sock for December in. So this is just a regular ribbed sock with a short row heel, and then I just added the ribbing on the top of the foot, not under it, just to add a bit of interest. And yeah, it fits really well, and they are really warm, which is nice, and they stay on top of like they stay on her leg, which is nice. They go up to her knee, so they're really high. I love that, and it's such a good color. This red color is impossible to get right on photographs. So I'm really happy that Susanne and me had this photo shoot for these socks, because it's really hard, or like, you know, the other socks, the Yule socks. But yeah, it's really hard to get right on camera. It's better in this camera actually than on my phone, but it's not quite right. It's a really dark, rich red, like the perfect Christmas red. So yeah, I think that's all my finished objects. Okay, moving on to some whips, some work in progress projects. So I have 2 sweaters for Robin actually, and one of them is secret, which might feel weird that I'm talking about it in an episode that's going out on YouTube, but I know that he's not watching these episodes. Yeah, so I've started, and this one he will know about. This is his new Riddari. So I'm making him a Riddari because I made him 2 before, and they are both worn to pieces. So he really loves that model. And I'm making him a Riddari in these colors. So this grey one on top will be the base color. And then I'm starting with this one, and these 2 are like the contrasting colors. And I will use this one for most of the yoke as much as I can. I might add another color, I don't know, maybe. We'll see about that. But this is the main color palette. And I'm just remembering now that I wore my VIttra, like I'm wearing my VIttra sweater, and didn't I wear that in the latest episode as well? I don't know. I'm wearing this like all the time now. It's the perfect fit and warmth right now. And it's really, I really love the yoke on this. But yeah, back to the Riddari. So I'm making him a Riddari in this, and I haven't gotten that far. I just cast on last night because me and my mother is gonna work on this together. So I'm gonna knit the yoke part, and then she's gonna knit the body, and then I will knit the sleeves, I think. But yeah, so she's really she's really nice for helping me just to get things done, and she really enjoys the, you know, plain stockinette, knitting in the round, just knit. She's really fast that way also. So yeah, this is the Riddari, and I will have a lot more to show you, I think, during Vlogmas or in the next episode of this podcast. Okay, where should I put this? Yeah, okay. And then we have the secret sweater. And if you know Robin, don't tell him, okay? But I'm making him a surprise sweater for his birthday. And it's a Islander. Do you say that? Islander? Yeah. in black and white. It's like a really, really dark grey and a white actually. And I'm finished with the yoke. So I tried this on my mother's husband, and it fits him, and it's a bit too big, which is good because Robin wants his sweater a bit oversized because he has like shirts underneath always. So I'm really pleased with this. And I blocked the yoke part, so yeah, it's really, really nice. I'm knitting it in Kampes tretrådiga, which is a 3-ply woolen yarn. It's not Swedish wool, but yeah, it's really nice. It's kind of cheap as well. So if you want a really good yarn that is, it's a rustic but it's not itchy, I would say. It's a really good one. And the uncolored one, like the undyed ones, are really cheap. I think these are 54 Swedish crowns for 100 grams, and it's 200 meters on 100 grams. So yeah, it's really cheap. But yeah, so I'm working on this, and this is really fun. And I calculated, I have made like 5 stripes of dots, or you know, the color work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just about 5 stripes. And I think I need 17 on the body to be finished. And I made these 5 in like, maybe it was 3 hours, 2.5 hours when Robin was away. So I'm thinking it will be quite a quick knit, and he's away, he's working late a few times a week. So I'm thinking I'm gonna work on that during those evenings. Like watch a Christmas movie or something and work on this. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I haven't made him a surprise sweater in so long. I did that a couple of years, oh, it was a long time now. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see his face when because I'm always saying that I don't have time, because I haven't had the time to knit for him. But it feels really, I'm really excited to show him what I knitted for him. Okay, so that's my sweaters for Robin, and I also have a sweater for Hilma, which is just a small, tiny, teeny raglan sweater knit in the Rerum Natura. I think this is Ulyss. I don't know. I never remember. I just have one skein of this. And I'm just working away on that. Like, I have it at the kitchen table, so when we're eating lunch or, you know, eating breakfast, I'm working on that. The next thing that I'm working on is my, as I'm calling it now, my Folklore sweater. So the yoke is finished on this one, and I have blocked it right now because I just wanted to see about the fit, because I don't want to knit a whole sweater and then find out that the yoke is not good enough. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying knitting this. It's knit in double strands of Nutiden. It's gonna be a really lovely cozy sweater, and I'm gonna try it on for you. Okay, so this is how it looks right now. I think it's gonna be really good to add the sleeves and add the body to it, to like pull it down a bit, because it's really, you know, always with the round yokes it feels like it's so wide when you're not knit the body yet. But I'm really enjoying the fit of these. So yeah, I'm really enjoying knitting on this one. It's knit in Dig and a colorway that I never remember. So looking forward to having this then, and I'm planning on having this out for testing from December, somewhere in December. But yeah, looks like this so far. Okay, so I have a few things that aren't knitting that I'm gonna talk about now. And the first thing is this Christmas sock that I'm making 3 Christmas socks, 4 actually, and 1 for Idun as well. I'm making these Christmas socks for us to, you know, for Christmas morning, like Christmas Day morning. So I'm doing this woolen embroidery, and then I'm gonna add some bands to it. and maybe some embroidery in the foot as well, but maybe not this year. So I have this red for Hilma, and then for me it will be this brown, which is the same. This is the same fabric as for my new winter coat that I made, and then a white top with a darker brown for the letters, and maybe this red band for that one. I haven't decided yet. And then for Robin, he's getting a green one. So he has this beautiful green color with a white top and this darker green for the letters. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. It's taking some time because I don't have that much time to put on it right now, but you know, it's also, I'm just making the base for them this year, so maybe next year I will add to them, or you know, yeah, maybe something like that. But I'm doing these letters, and then maybe some decoration in the white space, and then adding some bands. So that's a project that I'm working on some nights, usually on the weekends, because then I feel more like not stressed about not knitting or work knitting. So yeah. And then I have this embroidery that I actually finished last year. Maybe you have seen this before, but this is this is embroidered on linen fabric with a cotton thread, and it says "Vi önskar eder alla en fröjdefull jul," and it means "We wish you a Merry Christmas" in Swedish. But I need to hem it and like finish it off to be able to hang it on the wall, which I want to do this year. Because I think I finished it like a week before Christmas or something, and I hadn't the time to like finish it properly. So this is just maybe an evening's work, or even if that, maybe an afternoon. I can do it in an hour or something. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to some future plans, and I have a few things. I have one project that I want to design, but I haven't. I talked about this last time as well, and I thought that I would have started it by now, but I haven't, because I'm thinking about the colors. It's gonna be a different color for the body part and for the sleeves. So, and it's a color work project. So I'm just trying to decide on what colors I want to make that cardigan in. I think that the main fabric will be black, like the body part will be black, and then the sleeves some other colorway. I have a colorway in mind, but I don't know. Yeah, it's still a work in progress in my head, so I'm just having to decide. I just have to decide, but it's hard. So that's one thing that I'm working on in my mind. I haven't cast it on. I have made the calculations and I made a swatch and everything, so it's on its way. It's just not finished. And then I'm knitting, as soon as I'm done with the Islander for Robin, I will cast on another one in the same yarn, in the same colors for my brother, because I wanted to gift him a sweater, because he is a hunter and he hunts quite a lot, so we get quite a lot of meat from him, which is so, you know, we don't have to pay for it, which is so, feels weird. And the one thing that I know that he appreciates a lot is knitted items. His wife's knitting as well, but I just want to make him something special. And a few years ago I made an Islander for Robin in Rauma Finull, which is a thinner yarn, and it turned out too small for Robin, but it fitted perfectly on my brother, so he got it, and he's been wearing that to pieces. It's like fraying. He's mended the elbows several times, and it's just, you know, and it's also a white base with black color work, and now I'm doing the reverse because it's so dirty. So yeah, I'm doing that, and I don't know when maybe that will be like my Christmas knit or something, because it's really easy going knitting. So, and then I also want to cast on a knitted pair of pants for Hilma, because I've seen that a few of my friends have that for their children, and it's so convenient to just have that as a layer, and then I can make the legs like in rib, and then I can make the legs in ribbing and quite long, so I can fold them up and then she can wear them for a long time. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna make them in like crazy colors or if I just want to make them in a color palette that suits us. I don't know. But I don't have that many crazy colors in 2-ply yarn, so maybe it will be like a muted pair of pants. We'll see about that. Okay, so that's everything that I'm finished with, everything that I'm knitting and embroidery things. I haven't done a lot of sewing, but I have black linen fabric for a dress that I will try to have done for Christmas, so I have like a new nice dress for Christmas. I think that would be really nice. And I'm nursing quite a lot less now, so I can get away with wearing a normal bra, which feels so nice just to have like a bra that, you know, the clothes fit so much better now when I'm wearing a normal bra instead of a nursing bra. Okay, so let's talk about some Christmas books, because I thought it might be... Oh, and I also have an extra thing here. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to talk about is this calendar. So isn't this the most amazing calendar that you have ever seen? Okay, so I have Hilma here in the baby Björn bouncer thing, and she's content and she's fed, but she's here because she woke up. But I have this calendar here that I was kind of gifted from Lorna. It's, if you haven't seen this before, she's Fiber Valley Art on Instagram, and Thread and Yarn, I think her other handle is. And she makes these gorgeous pictures of craft, like people crafting, and it's the most magical pictures. And I'm always, when I have one of these calendars of the year, I always check the October one because that's my birthday month, and it's beautiful, as are all the other pictures. And I'm thinking that when next year's over, I can just cut these out and have them framed or something. Yeah, I particularly love this one. It's so cute. Yeah, so if you haven't seen her, I don't know if she has more of these because she had the sale a few weeks ago, but you know, you should just follow her. She has prints for sale as well, so it's really beautiful. Just a tip for you. And then I have a few books that I'm gonna talk about. One that I bought this year, and it's this one, Kvinnornas jul. It's called 24. It's called Women's Christmas, and it's 24 stories in Advent time. So during Christmas, it's short stories from Swedish women writers, and it's beautiful. And I'm not thinking that I don't think that I will have the time to read each one every day for the whole of December, but I'm thinking sometimes I might sit down and read one, and sometimes I might ask Robin if he can read me one while knitting in the evening or something. So yeah, it's really beautiful though. I have this gold foil. So yeah, that's one of them. And the other one is also, I think all of these are in Swedish, yeah. But so, but you know, this can be an inspiration to get some Christmas books because it's really magical. I have this Selma Lagerlöf's Jul, which is the same brand, or like the same company that does the other one, and this one I got last year. This is Selma Lagerlöf, which is a Swedish really famous writer, and it's texts from her works. Beautiful book. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to having those by the sofa so I can just pick them up if I want to. And this one I got a few years back when I worked in a bookshop, and this is a children's book, A Christmas in Småland, a long time ago it's called. Småland is a part of Sweden, and it's by Astrid Lindgren, which is, I think you might know her. She's a very famous Swedish children's writer, and it's such a beautiful book. I'm just loving this, the illustration style and the story and everything. I'm trying to read that every year alongside with this one, and this is a book called Titta Madicken det snör by Astrid Lindgren. Astrid Lindgren is one of my favorite writers, and this is about Madicken, which is a girl that lives in a Swedish town, and it's just, this is my dream life. So yeah, and this Astrid Lindgren, the writer, is dead now, but this story and loads of her stories are available when she's, you know, narrating them. So there's a audiobook with her reading this, which I'm listening to every year, usually on 1st of Advent or like December 1st or something. And this is my favorite one. And the last one is by Maja Lunde, and it's called Snösystern, which is like Snow Sister in Swedish, and it's illustrated by Lisa Aisato, who makes beautiful drawings. I will show you one of them. Yeah, this one. It's beautiful. And this is also an audiobook, so I will maybe listen to this. And this is also like one chapter a day, a story for the whole of December. So yeah, you can read a chapter a day, and it's just so beautiful. So do you have any Christmas books that you get out every year to listen to or to read again? Yeah, do you do that? I do that. I really re-listen and reread to the stories, and I listen to the same music a lot, and I watch the same TV series a lot. So it has something to do with the, you know, the comfort of knowing what's gonna happen, and just to re-invoke that Christmas feeling. I think it's really easy to do that with smells and with like taking out the same kind of decorations every year, and also read the same thing like over and over every year. It just, you know, helps with the general Christmas feeling, which is nice. Okay, so I have some extra things to talk about today. The first thing that I want to talk about is Woollentwine's 5th year anniversary, which is amazing, and congratulations to her. She's also a dear friend of mine. So I went to order some of her merch that she made. This tote bag is beautiful and I love it. It's so soft for being a tote bag. That was like the first thing that I thought of when I got it. And it has this beautiful design on it, which is really like the you know, the best things of knitting life. You have the coffee cup, the sweaters, the knitting, the stitch markers, needles, yarn winder, a sheep shearer, which is really nice. Yeah, it's so cute. And I also got the pin, one of the pins, and I got the one with the sweater, which is so cute, and it goes so well with this. It goes so well with this my knitting bag, because the zipper and the pin is the same kind of metal. So I have that, and then she also super sweet and kindly added a set of the stitch markers that she had in the shop update. So it was these two small mushrooms, which are so cute, and then there were 3, but I've added one of them to a knitting that I have right now. So I have 2 to show you with these handmade stitch markers. These are so beautiful and so beautifully done, and I don't know how you can make that. I can't imagine how like pilligt we say in Swedish. Yeah, it's really cute. So that was a really nice parcel to get. And then a few days after, I got a really cute and nice and thoughtful parcel from a dear friend of mine called Sanna. And in there, it was also a stitch marker. And this is a little acorn, which is beautiful. And this is like a progress marker, which is perfect because I don't have a lot of those. Yeah. So that was some nice things that turned up in my post. We're talking about the Yule sock mystery Knitalong. It will go from is it the Friday? Yeah. No. Thursday, 29th of November until Sunday. No, Friday to Sunday. So the 29th and 30th of November and then 1st of December. So just to, kind of like open the gate to Christmas time for real. And it will be hosted on my Patreon. I will do an information post soon and post on my Patreon so you can get the yarn if you want to join. And it's a really nice one. I'm really pleased with the design. And I'm also writing a story to go with it. So the pattern will be called the Yule Goat or the Yule Goat sock. And the story to go with it would be like a Yule Goat mystery story. I'm really looking forward to doing that, and it will be a video for every day, just with some, not like me telling the story, but it would be a voiceover and some b-roll and everything. So that is happening, and I'm also doing Vlogmas this year. If you haven't heard, I'm doing Vlogmas, which I'm really excited about. I actually talked to Laura Penrose about, if you haven't seen her Vlogmas, she does an amazing Vlogmas series. She has done one for years, and I recently rewatched her last one, and then I talked to her about, if she had any tips or things that I should think about to just make it as easy as possible for me. So I talked to her about some things, and I also made a list of things that I want to include in Vlogmas. I'm hoping to have the time to pre-record like 2 or 3 videos and just in case I want a day off or something. So yeah, but I'm not promising to make a video a day. I have the goal to make as many videos as I can. But if it gets really stressful or I get anxiety about it or anything, I will just take a day off and not think about it too much. So yeah, that's nice. And then I just wanted to chat about Patreon for a while, because I have a Patreon page, and I just love having a Patreon page. It's so cozy. It's very nice to have like a space where you can just pour inspiration, and my like creativity goes beyond knitting patterns, and I always found it hard to know where to post that kind of things. I have a fictional world in my head that I'm currently writing down, which is called the Woolen Realm. So I have my main goal is to have like one post of the Woolen Realm universe every month.
The forest pond. Hold your breath and dive deep in search for the lost thimble. Swim amongst the seaweed and roots, the swirling grass and gleaming algae. Follow the fishes and they'll guide you to the deepest, darkest part of the pond.
And that also connects to my patterns because they are included in the Woolen Realm. And the Yule Goat mystery is also included in the Woolen Realm. So yeah, get excited about that. But that's like it's like my own lore for my knitting design and knitwear design. So if you want to see more of that, you can join my Patreon page. I also post a video there every month, and sometimes I have like a pre-planned one, or sometimes I ask you what you want, or sometimes like the patrons, I ask them what they would like to see, and sometimes I just do a poll between 2 video ideas that I have. So I include the patrons in a lot of the content creation. I also do podcasts, so every month. So I have a podcast that's called The Seasonal Craft, and it's about crafting and food and nature and my mood and everything, how it changes with the seasons. So, and I also talk about like the heathen celebrations in that podcast. that podcast. So if you want to see that, you can, or if you want to listen to that, you can go over there. And every month I have a deep dive, like a deep dive post where I pick a subject and then just deep dive into that subject. And that can be yarns, it can be a TV series, it can be ceramic mugs, it can be whatever. And then I have my pattern releases over there. So if you are a patron of the highest tier on there, you will get the my new patterns as a downloadable link included in your Patreon price. So you will get the new patterns for free, you know, for being a patron. And then I host my cals on there, my Knitalongs. So and you can become a free member, because sometimes, once in a blue moon, I will post a Patreon podcast for everyone. You don't have to be a paying member, just to let you know what's going on my Patreon, and if you like it and everything, you can subscribe. So, but yeah, so I'm really loving that space, and I am actually rebranding a bit, not like a huge thing. I'm just changing up the background, and maybe I will do a new introduction video, or you know. Okay, so now they're starting with the construction work outside, so I'm hoping that you won't hear that, but I think that you will hear that because it shows up on in the microphone. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for watching this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave the emojis for like your 5 core emojis in the comments down below. So, and if you want to add something, please do. I love to read about you and to know what you're knitting on, or if you have do you have some Christmas books that you enjoy reading this time of year? Anything. Just let's have a chat. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in a new video soon. Happy knitting. Bye.